I am currently long on Bitcoin, and in this video I'm going to explain to you why I took this long position, what my confluence factors were, what are my targets, my take profits, and also why is my invalidation below this low right here. After talking you through my position, I'm going to tell you what other positions that you can look out for on Bitcoin, what levels matter, and also where can Bitcoin go next tomorrow and during the weekend. So let's get started because I am pretty excited. As you can see, the price is basically only $200 above my entry, and I'm looking to win a trade right now. The last position that I took this week actually lost, so that was my first loss in 27 days, and I want to get back. I want to win a position right now. I want to win a trade, so let's see if this is the one that puts me back on the map. Now, why I took this position, I'm going to explain that to you, but before I do, I have to show you what levels I had on the chart yesterday night before I slept, because this is so crucial, right? Every single night or every single morning, you should have levels on the chart that you are monitoring when price hits those levels. And for me, we had two levels that were crucial to the chart. So I'm going to put them on right now and you'll be able to see why and how well they were respected on the chart. So the first one that you can see is above us, which is the Asia session point of control from 23rd of July. And the second one is another Asia session point of control from 22nd of July. Now, these levels were directly from Exocharts, and if you had this indicator, which the only thing that you need to have these indicators is joining the tag team, you would have had the exact levels on the chart. So here we can see that the yellow ones are the Asia sessions, and as you can see, this is the 23rd of July, and the Asia session point of control is right here. And the other one is from the 22nd of July, time point of control from 117185. So when I had those levels, I put them on my chart, and I just didn't put my on the chart. What I did was I went on Twitter and I told you, okay, these are the levels that I'm looking for right now on the chart. We have the London high at 118805. We have the London low at 117562. Now we have these two Asia session point of controls, which means that if price is able to push higher and hit this Asia session point of control, it would take out the London liquidity of that day and also hit a major level on the chart, which means that it could provide you with a short position on the markets. Same goes for the low side, where we have the London liquidity from the day before, the previous day, and also the Asia session point of control from the previous day. So if the price is able to come down and hit this Asia session point of control, it would take out the liquidity of the London session from previous day and also hit a major liquidity level on the chart. So both of these levels would have provided you with great setups on the market. And well, if you just look at the chart and what happened, you'll see that we had a perfect situation right here. We went up, took out the London highs right here, hit that level, and as you can see, after hitting that level, we had a small swing failure pattern here as well, and price had a beautiful reaction down to the Asia session point of control of the 22nd of July, hit that level to the dollar, took out all of these lows from Wednesday, and now we are pushing higher on the chart. Now, you might ask me, AG, if you have a major level right here that we reacted from and a major level that we reacted from below us, why are you taking a long position right now rather than waiting until we have a better setup on the chart? The biggest reason I am taking a long position right now is because the last reaction we had from was a level that was important and also a level where we clearly saw bullish absorption on the chart. So again, we go back to Exocharts and we start to look at our footprint chart where we will be able to see the amount of absorption that is happening on the chart. So as the price is pushing down here, you can see that we are clearly seeing a lot of negative delta here, right? Negative 2.5, 8.1, 7.2, 5.3, 13 million, 1.8 million, 1.7 million, and 4.9 million. By itself, this doesn't mean much. When this matters is when we actually have increasing open interest on the market. So what we do is we go on this template again, open up the open interest right here, and what you see is as the price is pushing down, we are clearly seeing open interest increase during those negative delta candles as well, which signifies us that we are truly seeing shorts coming in on the chart. So if we are seeing people shorting the market but unable to push the price below a zone or a level that is a macro support on the chart, what that signifies for me is that that's a clear sign of bullish absorption on the chart. So here we can see we have this low right here, we have this low that we just put in with increasing open interest, and if I open up the CVD right here, you can see the CVD divergences right here. At the low that we put in on the 22nd of July on a Tuesday, our CVD was negative $107.7 million. When we were putting in the low this morning, the CVD was negative $236 million. So currently, at this point, when we were hitting that Asia session point of control, we had more than $100 million worth of shorts coming in on the chart, but they were unable to break the price down below weekly lows. So that for me is a clear sign of bullish absorption on the market. But at this point, as I said, when I saw that reaction, I was around, kind of woken up, but I was having a breakfast, so I couldn't have the long position at the exact times. But after I saw this initial move up, there's only a 20-minute difference right here. So I was kind of catching it, but at the same time, the price was already at 118.167. I took the long position right here. Price went up to 118.9, came down to at these levels once again, and now we're just $200 above it. So with this bullish absorption, what other confluences factors we have? Because we always look for more confluences, right? Currently we have this Asia session point of control, we have bullish absorption on the chart, but we'd like to see one more. So the other thing that I was looking at, and another reason why I took this long position, was because of the weakness of this high right here. So I always talk about the same things when I come on these videos, which is, okay, do we have weak highs or weak lows on the chart? So if we go back again to Exocharts, to the platform that I love to use, and again, I'm telling these things multiple times, but if you just had these templates, you'd be so much in a better position that you are in right now, because you'd be able to have so much more data than you have now. So if we look at the chart right now, the green thing right here at the bottom signifies a buying tail on the market. A buying tail means that the price was able to get an instant reaction from a level, and that usually signifies a limit order being placed at this zone. So at current day's candle, we can see that we have a buying tail at the bottom, but no selling tail at the top. So when you have limit orders sitting here, a big player buying in the price, but no big players shorting the price at the highs, that usually means that if you have more confluence factors that are signifying a bullish absorption, the chances of us pushing higher always increases. If you want to see an example of this, we can see what happened yesterday here as well. We had a high with a great 16-bar selling tail at the high, but there were no buying tails at the bottom. Even though we had this triple bottom formation, there were no buying tails at the lows. Which again, what happened here? Instead of going to the selling tail high, we went to the low that had no buying tail, put in a buying tail now, and we don't have a selling tail right now. So again, this puts us in a situation where we have a high that is weak, a low that is strong. And at that point, even though it is not guaranteed, when you have multiple confluence factors, the chances of us pushing higher on the chart increases significantly. So I hope I made my thesis clear. This is how I trade, and I know it's a lot more complicated than most of the things that you see on Twitter, but there's a reason why I win most of my trades. It's because of how much confluence factors I'm looking for before entering the market. So when I have this trade and right here, and I have this position right now, what I'm looking for is I want these highs to be cleared. So if that is my thesis, right? If one of my theses is that I want these highs to be cleared because they are weak, what I will do is I will have a take profit one just above those highs right there. So I'm going to put this in green. I'm going to have a take profit right here. And I'm now going to delete these levels because we have already used them now. So this is my current position right now. I have a take profit at 119.330. If the price goes up there, I will make money, and then I will let the rest run with a stop loss at entry. So that is how I'm playing this position right now. For the rest of the trade, I can look for all-time highs depending on what the price action does, but more likely than not, as the price pushes up, I will have a trailing stop loss with the price. So I cannot tell you my position with these levels. All I can say is if you want to know my exact positions as I'm taking them, you need to be in the tag team, because this position right now obviously is not in hindsight because I'm making this video, but not that I'm just making this video. This was also shared inside the tag team as well. Here you can see I have taken another scalp long on Bitcoin. This is most likely my last position of the week as I'm taking it. So every position that I take, all of the trade setups I have, all of my live analysis goes inside the tag team. If you want to know about those, and again, here's a position that I was looking for as well, you got to join the tag team. Everything is inside the Discord. Now, when I had this position, is it guaranteed that the price will push higher on the chart? No, it's not. There is still a good chance that the price could come down, take out these lows, clear me out, and the price just continues going down. What can you do if price continues to push down? Should you just take a long position as the price is going down? Well, in my opinion, that should not be your number one basis, because we are on a Thursday, which basically means that if the price is able to push to either side, the chances of that move sticking increases, because we will have volume decreasing, we will have big players leaving the market. And also, when you have low volume days on the chart, the market is always more unpredictable, but also you have these high volatility moves where the chart looks a bit more disturbed in a way. So that's why you should not look for instant buying or selling opportunities on the market when the market decides to move either to the upside or the downside. The best thing you can do is look for signs of confirmation at the levels that matter to the market. So what levels do you have on the chart if you're not taking this position with me right now? Well, as we all know, we have the daily MPOC level at a level that everyone is looking at, which is $115,000. This is on every single channel that I've seen on YouTube, on Twitter. So it's a level that everyone is looking at. And again, it is for good reasons, because it's just below all of these lows right here. It would clear out a lot of the liquidity on the market, but also it could mean that we will actually see a continuation of this breakdown if price is able to come down here as well. So if the price breaks down, what you should look for here is, are we tapping this level and then claiming these lows right here? Right? So if you are seeing price coming down and you're seeing a lot of liquidations on the market and you're seeing a lot of people shorting the market, on this reclaim right here of these lows from Tuesday is when you can actually look for long positions on the market like this. And this gives you a clear invalidation on the market. It's only 1.20% for a potential gain of at least 6.16%. So there is nothing to be worried about. There is nothing to rush for this one, because even if you take it at a bit more higher on the chart, let's say like this, you will still have a great risk-reward ratio trade with no real risk on the chart, right? 2.53, that's an amazing risk-reward ratio for a scalp position on the chart, or a swing position on the chart as well. So that is the level that you should be looking at for on the chart for today and tomorrow. If the price breaks down lower than this and you don't see any no divergence here, there is no absorption signs here, and the price comes down, just wait until Sunday or Monday, because you'll have better opportunities due to the lack of real volume on the charts. So that is our lower case. What happens if the price pushes up on the chart? Well, we have a couple levels to be aware of above us, but I think most importantly are these highs right here and these highs right here, because both of them are daily highs and both of them are actually weak. So as I always talk about, if we go back on Exocharts, you'll see here no selling tail at the highs, no selling tail at the highs, no selling tail at the highs. So as you can see here, these two highs right here that we have at 110.9, they are weak as well. So they will be the target for bigger players no matter where the price goes. If the price comes down here and decides to push higher on the chart, the chances of us taking out these highs and these highs are pretty strong because of the lack of big players that are defending it. So that's why please don't try to short this market fast. If the price comes up, wait until these highs are cleared and then make an informed decision based on what happens on the price around these levels. So be patient. If you're not taking this position with me, make sure that you stick around until I make my next video on the chart. So thank you so much for listening to me on this video. If you want to trade with us, if you want my live updates every single day, join the tag team. You'll have many great educational videos on the chart like these ones, range trading series, Exochart series, tools and indicators that I love to use like daily, weekly, monthly, and NPOC levels that I have, and also risk management and psychology section right here as well. Also, one final thing before I go is this is still active on for everyone here. So if you want to have my CVD course, what you can do is you can join BYBIT with the link right here on my Twitter accounts and also in the description of this video. And all you have to do is complete the KYC one, and you'll have my 33-minute beginner's guide covering everything about CVD. You don't have to trade on BYBIT, you don't have to deposit money. All you need to do is finish the KYC one and DM me your user ID. So thank you so much for listening to me. If you have any questions, please let me know about tag team, about trading, about Bitcoin. My DMs are open for everyone. And yeah, thank you so much. I will see you either on my next video, on Twitter, or inside the tag team. Bye bye.